I've used ActiveCampaign for over 10 years for many, many different types of clients. Big companies like Amazon Studios, small companies like birthing coaches and celebrity makeup artists. And the one thing that's tied almost everybody together is a quiz with ActiveCampaign is just like a perfect sauce, perfect recipe. What we're doing with Pain Academy is we're using the quiz as a really great and exciting lead magnet to get a lot of information from our customers in a fun way that rewards them at the end for filling out this assessment or quiz. And what we do is we build out like a body profile. So if you come to us and you say, hey, my back's hurting and I've been in pain for 10 years, and we're asking you probably 30 questions. And basically everybody that starts the assessment finishes the assessment. And the one thing I've realized is people love talking about themselves. So if you ask them a lot of questions about themselves and you do it in a fun way and you give them something rewarding at the end, they will give you like so much data. A client I worked with in the past, we had 100 question survey, and it was about like their psychological profile, their stress levels, their sleep, their energy, like all of these questions that we were able to garner.
Wow.
Really advanced level pathways, because I knew you don't sleep well at night, and he's anxious around other people. And so we can build marketing pathways that talk directly to you in a way that sounds really, really personal.
That's such a huge quiz too.
And I would have thought when we first launched it, I'm like, there's no way people are going to sit through and give us 100 questions. Like, there's no way. But yeah, quickly I'm learning that people love to share about themselves if they feel like they're going to get something valuable at the end. So after you've asked them all these questions, what you don't want to do is, thanks for your responses. That's super lame and boring. What you do want to do is build some sort of report that maybe collates all of that data into some interesting insights. Or for us at Pain Academy, we give them a report that says, because you're in pain for 10 years, here's some info about that. And because you said low back, because you said this was from an impact injury versus developed over time, here you go. And then we also give them a free tailored routine that they can try that's based on a few of those factors. And so that's super valuable. So people will happily give us like a ton of data about their situation that we can then use in the emails we send them, in the text messages we send them, on our websites that they click into and go into. And it really feels like they're getting a custom experience.
Yeah, that's so great. Yeah, I think that's a really good example to kind of just show that you can make those connections fairly easily, right? Like, you get that information in ActiveCampaign, and then you can just put that right into that email. I did want to ask, like, if someone's thinking, oh, you have this huge quiz, like, what is the smaller version of this for like someone who is just getting going?
The smaller version of this is, we use Typeform, which is great. It has all kinds of complicated quiz things that you can really, make conditional answers. And if they say this answer, send them to this URL when the quiz finishes. But if you want to get really simple, ActiveCampaign has forms, and you can ask questions on those forms. So like today, you can go into ActiveCampaign, set up your form, have some questions, and you've got basic segmenting there that you can do stuff with later. Even if you don't do anything with the data, I would recommend you start collecting it. For us, we were collecting all of the stuff that we really didn't use for almost a year, because we just had our main thing working so well that we then got into the finishing stuff. And we're like, thank God we had all this data, because now we can really see, this crowd buys, this crowd has the buyer tag and they have this tag, versus this crowd has this one and this one has this one in that field. So it really gave us a lot of like business intelligence from the collection of the data, even though we weren't actually actively using that to route them differently. So I would say like that would be an easy thing you can do today. Set up your form, add a couple questions, start collecting it, and see what happens.
Subscribe to our channel below for more content like this. And to try ActiveCampaign free for 14 days, visit activecampaign.com.